The past. A time that is no longer here but lives on within us, especially if we keep reliving it constantly. This is none other than displayed in season 2 of Vinland Saga. And with the last episode airing only recently, I decided to make a video talking about overcoming the past and what we can learn from Thoorfinn to do this ourselves. Disclaimer: this video will contain spoilers, includes images of gore and violence, and may be triggering as it talks about trauma. Now, on to the video. Season 2 of Vinland is very different to Season 1, as the focus shifts from solely action to self-reflection. Thorfinn has fallen to rock bottom as by societal standards, as he's now a slave, and through this I believe he was able to walk down the path of reflection. In Season 1, Thorfinn was blinded by rage and revenge. It consumed him. We can understand, as his father was assassinated right in front of his eyes, and the man who did it did so very underhandedly, not honorably like a true warrior. His father, a man who was truly worthy of respect, just for his life to come to an end like that. Haunted by the past. Both Season 1 and Season 2 Thorfinn were haunted by the past, but in different ways. In Season 1, Thorfinn was haunted by the moment he lost his father, stuck in that time where he was powerless. He couldn't do anything to save him. And in that, frozen in that moment, he yearns to break free of it and gain a sense of power to be able to do something. Get rid of the man that caused him the greatest pain he knew, losing his father. Consumed by his hatred, he seemed to forget those words that his father told him, "You have no enemies." Sometimes when we focus too much on our emotions and let them take control, it can truly affect the way we live, and not for the better. The past may as well be the present because Thorfinn is determined to beat Askeladd in a fair fight. I think it's important to note that in Season 1, though Thorfinn may not focus on his father's words, he still tries to be honorable in fighting Askeladd, as to him this is the only way he can get true vengeance for his father. But blinded by his hatred, he didn't let go, which I think truly is what Thors would have wanted, a life where Thorfinn can experience true peace and not seeking the battlefield. If you've watched Season 2, you already know there's a significant change, but I think in this season, being haunted by the past is truly displayed. Going to war commands great courage and bravery because it's not certain you'll return back alive, but not only that, war can break your mind and spirit. After all is done, once you've survived, you have to live with what you've been through. Thorfinn is suffering from PTSD because of the lives he's took. I believe he's also experiencing survivor's guilt as well. He has constant nightmares where there are corpses of the lives he's took grabbing onto him, a reminder that war and violence has a cost. All these people could have had families that loved and cared about them, and he eliminated them without a second thought. I think this is why in the beginning of Season 2, he didn't seem to fear death as he saw it as his punishment. He needs to atone for what he's done, but in actuality, he is afraid of dying. I mean, who can blame him? The thought of death can be scary, but we understand why Thorfinn feels this way because to him, he believes he deserves this because he's not a true warrior. As his father once said, a true warrior needs no sword. If you've made it to this point in the video, I'd love if you hit the like and subscribe button. Loss. Thorfinn has indeed experienced a number of losses, and the major one being his father. Not dealing with loss always manifests its way somehow into our lives, and with Thorfinn this is no exception. He used the loss of his father to fuel his hatred for vengeance. Loss is something we all experience at one point or another. Each loss is different, whether it's the loss of a loved one, ending of a friendship, or a chapter of your life. Loss is present. And with loss comes grief, and through grieving, it is truly where we can let go and move on and see the horizon again, because when dealing with loss, it's easy to be consumed and to wander in the dark for a long time. Those we love never truly leave us. They are things that death cannot touch. Thor's, while he has left the physical, he still lives on. His words, his memory is inside the lives he's touched. In season 2, we see the change in Thoorfinn as he is a shell of the person we knew to be in season 1. A slave doing what he's told and not resorting to violence, and even lacking value for his life overall. As the season progresses, we see him transform and grow into himself as a person, becoming a man similar to Thor's. Letting go. I think where Thoorfinn truly starts to understand his father's words is when he started working on the farm. He cultivated crops, and because of this, he was able to appreciate the work that goes into farming. But not only that, he used his hands to create something, build something, not to destroy. There's joy in the simple things in life, and Thorfinn's appreciation displays this. Learning how to plow a field and all the work that goes into farming changed him. He became a different person, in that understanding violence should never be the answer. I think farming was therapy to him. Many of us could relate in that maybe art, music, reading, etc. can also be a form of therapy to us. Letting go can be hard, but holding on can do more damage than good a lot of the times. Thorfinn spent most of his childhood on the battlefield because he couldn't let go of the fact of what Askeladd did to his father, losing out on his childhood and what his father truly wanted for him. The whole incident with Anid was the catalyst for Thorfinn to fulfill his purpose in life, to create a land of peace, letting go of his past but remembering what it taught him to help him move forward. We don't need to forget the past, but rather appreciate it and find a way to move forward in time. You couldn't call simply not killing or destroying any more atonement. I need to grow more wheat than I trampled underfoot. I need to rebuild more houses than I burnt down. I still don't know how to eliminate war from the entire world, but just a single village would do. I want to create a place where people don't need swords. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, bye bye.